Alright guys, here's another small video on what is needed, what is basically needed in order to install a remote starter. Okay, so first you're going to need your updater tool. Now whether it's DI or ADS or whichever company that you guys are choosing, you guys are going to need an updater. I use ADS, I have their computer based, and I also have their mobile, which is this one. Alright. This was the computer-based one. Now, after that, a multimeter in case you guys need to find your tack signals. Test lights. An incandescent. And an LED. The reason that you need an LED is sometimes on newer vehicles you can be testing with an incandescent test light and you're on the proper wire, but it actually just isn't lighting up because it's actually just using a small amount of voltage. Whereas with the LED, it'll actually show up 99% of the time. You're going to be using just a regular incandescent. There are some rare cases where you actually do need an LED. An assortment of screwdriver bits, as you can see right here. So we have Torx. Typically you're just going to use Phillips and Torx, but sometimes no, not sometimes. You'll never actually need Robinsons or anything like that. Oh. I prefer electrics. Okay, this is actually my snap-on one, and after about 8 months, the motor actually is starting to heat up, and it's actually not for the price that I paid. It's actually not that great. This one runs roughly about $250–300 with the charging kit. This is my one that I picked up from Walmart. This little guy has a little LED. It's not as strong as a snap-on, but for the price and what it does, it's you can't beat it. A flashlight. Okay, this one's a dual flashlight. It came with this kit. This kit right here with the flashlight and the charging costs 25 bucks. So it's it's very affordable. After that, some wire strippers. This one's a wire stripper. Okay. It also has a cutting tool. It has a crimping tool. And most of the time, the cutting tool you don't even need it. It's just very fast for the stripping tool. Alright. This is the cutting tool. These guys are very inexpensive too. This guy's gonna be about 40 bucks. This guy right here is about 8 bucks. And you could actually strip wires, and you can strip and cut with this too. It's just that if you're not careful with small gauge wires, you can actually cut right through them, so you gotta be very careful. This guy's just a lot faster. Trim removal tools. Never use a screwdriver, guys. Okay, go get yourself a set of trim removal tools. It's about 20 bucks if you guys want to install remote starters. Okay, just trim removal tools. Okay. And you can always go get yourself a small pick if you want, but I normally just end up using my desk light as a pick at the same time to spread my wires open. So I'm just gonna get back to this for a minute just to share with you guys. Okay. So this guy's about 200 bucks. Well, $250–300, give or take. Okay, and its break-off torque is a lot higher than this guy. Okay, so with this one you can actually take off 10mm bolts. This one, nowhere near that amount of torque, and there's a safety device into it that if you try to torque too hard, it just doesn't let you, it just spins. This one will actually torque, and as you hold it, it will actually let you break it off. So you could put a lot of stress on this motor and you can actually damage it with that. This one, not at all. Like I said, it comes with a nifty little LED onto it at the same time. The batteries are small, they're only 4 volt, okay? And when you guys buy the kit, which is right here, okay, this kit's actually from Walmart, okay? It's 25 bucks for the kit. You can't go wrong with that, all right? I picked up a second kit, and the only reason I picked up a second kit was because it only comes with 1 battery. And when you're installing, well, I can't keep changing batteries left and right, so I went and picked up a second kit just for the battery. And now I got a spare one just in case this one ever leaves go. And just because it's from Walmart doesn't mean anything. I actually forgot this flashlight with the battery in the car for, I'm not joking, 30 hours. This little guy right here. And it was on. When I went back, it was still there. And it was still on. And it was in the exact same spot. And it was minus 15 or minus 20 outside. And this guy was still working. So for 25 bucks, lasting 30 hours, I'd say that's a pretty good deal. This guy right here, if this was like a flashlight, I'm pretty sure after about 8 hours it would have been dead. So just something to think about when you guys are installing the types of tools that you guys do need. And most of this stuff, you don't need this multimeter for the tag signal. It's just because it's an true RMS, so it's actually very, very good for finding tag signals. It's going to be more accurate, but besides that, it's just a basic multimeter. There's nothing very special about it. And honestly, after about 5 months of having it, this little battery light up in the corner here, this guy right here, came on, and even replacing the battery won't fix it. So I replace the battery like every 2 months, I'd say, and it doesn't fix anything. So just a little side note on tools that are required. Other things that you're gonna need is, of course, electrical tape. Get the good stuff, don't get the cheap stuff. This is cheap stuff. This one right here is roughly about like 50 cents a roll. Okay, this is 3M. I don't know if you guys can see it on the inside. Well, that's 3M. This tape right here is roughly about $2, $2.50 a roll. So a big difference. You can actually pick up a roll of 6 of these for $3. So very, very cheap. And just don't use it. It's really not worth it. Your tape can actually slip, and then your wires can go in touch, and it's just, don't use it. This guy, go for it. Use them. After that, tie wraps, 8 and 12 inch. Those are the ones that you guys need for installing. Now, if there are any other questions, just leave them in comments at the bottom, and I'll try to answer them as quick as I can. And hope you guys found this video, short video I should say, helpful into knowing what you need, or what you should have in order to install a remote starter. And that's it. Hope you guys have a good day, and see you next time.